Hello 500 brothers, welcome back to Anime EE. Since the release of Shuumatsu No Valkyrie or Record of Ragnarok has gradually attracted many fans, with a plot revolving around a war between humans and gods. Shuumatsu has left its mark with continuous raging battles, makes viewers unable to take their eyes off the story chapter. Accordingly, every 1,000 years the gods will meet once to decide the survival of mankind. Unfortunately, in this meeting, almost all of the gods want humanity to be annihilated. However, before the decision was issued, a Valkyrie named Brunhild intervened and asked the gods to ignore mankind if they can win at Ragnarok, the final battle between God and man. Under his pride, Zeus, the chief god of Greece, approved Brunhild's opinion, and so Ragnarok begins. According to the proposed law, the human side and the divine faction will choose 13 representatives on each side. Will fight to the last person. Whichever side wins more will determine the outcome of Ragnarok. And today, to learn more about this upcoming manga, let's join Anime EE to learn about 13 warriors representing the human side in Shuumatsu no Valkyrie. Note that this video contains a combination of the manga's history stream and the history of the world, so there will definitely be different points from the main plot in the future. Also, I won't include the Buddha on this list, since he was originally on the side of the gods. The first of the 13 warriors was Phung Tien Lu Bo. Surely no one is unaware of this name, a powerful general and famous throughout the Chinese battlefield. He was praised by people as the champion warrior in the post-Han dynasty. In Chinese history, Lu Bu was worshipped by many people for destroying the evil god Dong Trak. Later, he became more and more famous for his achievements when he encountered bloody characters in the three kingdoms such as Untitled, Lu Bi, and Guan Yu. During his combat life, with the weapon being Phung Tien Lu weighs 45 kilograms, with his steed Zich though, Lu Bu brought countless fear to both his enemy and his troops. In the Shuumatsu manga, although her appearance has changed from mainstream history, but of power and of Lu Bu majestic remains raw in order to give readers a strong feeling that remains in the battlefield of the three kingdoms. The second person is Adam. The first man created by God was in the Garden of Eden, extremely famous for the story of the forbidden fruit and Satan, as well as the beginning of the Christian concept of human death. Adam is reborn and becomes one of 13 warriors of the genius, with immense love for humanity, the race created by himself. Adam had a fierce team fight with the supreme god Zeus in order to prevent the destruction of the spirit that descends upon mankind. The third person is Sasaki Kojiro. Can be seen as a supporting character in the story of Japanese swordsmanship genius Miyamoto Musashi. Sasaki Kojiro is a talented swordsman and has been dubbed the greatest failure in history. Sasaki experienced countless failures during his lifetime. Since then, I developed the famous secret sword Gonryu in Shuumatsu. The image of the Kojiro, created by the author, is far from the official history. If in reality, he likes to dress in uniform, arrogant and cunning in the Valhalla arena, Kojiro is an extremely powerful swordsman, strong enough to defeat the sea god Poseidon. The fourth person is Jack the Ripper, another very famous name, and very infamous, a serial killer in London in 1888. Jack the Ripper is also known as Jack the Ripper. To this day, there is still a lot of controversy about this mad murderer's appearance, as well as 5 classic cases related to him that still have no reasonable answer. The target groups Jack often targets are the girls who work as prostitutes in the slums. The common feature is that they often have neck incisions, diagonal cuts of the body parts and internal organs. But in Shuumatsu, Jack the Ripper appears as an aged man. The outfit is more polite as a lawyer than a butcher. This has created a whole new perspective on Jack the Ripper, and during the battle with the great hero Heracles, Jack showed why is he the most famous and mysterious murderer in history. The fifth person is Raiden Tameemon. His real name is Seiki Terakichi. He is the strongest sumo fighter in Japanese history. To this day, Raiden still holds the top position in the ranking. Sumo gladiators have the highest win rate of all time. In Shuumatsu, unlike our imagination of a fat sumo fighter, her chest trembled like a bubble in each step. Raiden is built like an athlete with a giant body, long arms and large hands, can unleash many blows with a great reputation that instantly kills the opponent. According to the history of Shuumatsu, From an early age, Raiden had been more athletic than anyone. To save his village due to the volcanic disaster, he went to the capital alone, studied sumo from Urikase, a famous sumo martial artist at that time. Raiden's talent has shined since then. He didn't just have money to send back to his village, but also become an unbeaten fighter on the ring. The sixth person is Qin Shi Huang, also known with a familiar name, Qin Shi Huang. An extremely famous king in the history of China BC. He is also the first emperor to unify the whole of China after destroying 6 vassal states. With his talent, Tan Tui Hong has introduced many reforms in politics, military, finance, through which to step by step bring China to great development. So talented. But according to history books, Tan Tui Hong has committed many crimes making posterity indignant, including the building of the Great Wall and to prepare the elixir of mercury. Many ancient documents recorded, apart from wisdom. Tan Tui Hong is also said to be very good at martial arts when repeatedly assassinated by the Sutras, but failed. He is also immune to many toxins. This is the result obtained from the hard work with poison of Qin Shi Huang, in case there is a traitor in the harem. Returning to Shuumatsu. Qin Shi Huang is a character that, although revealed, has yet to play, but in terms of historical events, while still alive, this emperor was probably not inferior to the gladiators before, and it is more likely that Qin Shi Huang's powers will be related to mercury. The chemical he considers the elixir of immortality. The 7th person is Okita Souji. Okita is a genius swordsman of modern Japan, and he is also the captain of the 1st Division of the Shinsengumi Special Police Force in Kyoto during the late shogunate period. For those who do not know, Okita accepted the position of captain and in charge of swordsmanship training for teammates when he was only 23 years old. Speaking of sword skills, during my time at Shinsengumi, Okita was famous for his Mumio, Ken, no photo sword, also known as Sandanzuki, tam segment-like. In the words of his contemporaries, Okita's tam-don tick could attack the neck and right shoulder and left shoulder of the opponent at the same time, or in other words is a sword can hit 3 different points simultaneously. Returning to Shuumatsu. Okita appeared as a young teenager. In addition, he is also a person with a frightening and very warlike face. Based on the current plot progress, Okita is still sitting in the audience seats, however, based on known information about historical origins. Certainly Okita's battle will be similar to Kojiro's, that's where beautiful swordsmanship attacks were shown. In addition, the technique echoes the historical name of Okira. Tam-don tick most likely also will appear at the arena Valhalla. The 8th person is King Leonidas. Leonidas, also known as Leonidas I, was the first king of the Spartans. He is also a great warrior who inscribed his name in history books through the Battle of Thermopylae. Talking to you a little about Thermopylae. This is literally a battle with eggs fighting while saving time for the retreating Greeks and Athenians. 300 Spartans fought with nearly 10,000 troops of the ancient Persian Empire. The frightening thing is that the Spartans had up to 3 times to repel the Persians. Returning to Shuumatsu. Leonidas, despite being on the list of 13 gladiators, killing God, but his appearance has yet to be revealed. However, it is easy to predict that Leonidas will appear in the form of a mighty Sparta along with extremely extraordinary physical abilities. The 9th person is Nikola Tesla. Those who are specialized will know a lot about this character. Nikola Tesla is a world-renowned inventor, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, and futurist. Tesla has made many motivating contributions to the advancement of human civilization, such as alternating current, induction motors, magnetic fields, torpedoes, remote control vehicles. To grab the dress is that Tesla is a scientist, not a warrior. As with Leonidas, very little is known about Tesla. Many readers have hypothesized that this scientist's ability will be related to electricity or at least his inventions. However, based on actual history, one thing that few people know is that Tesla invented something that can kill millions of people in the blink of an eye. It was the rays of death, by accelerating the mercury particles 50 times faster than the speed of sound in a vacuum. could create a beam with the ability to shoot down 10,000 aircraft at a distance of 400 kilometers. This is a weapon that, according to Tesla, can easily help countries fight invaders. This scientist once submitted a request for help in building the Death Ray, and the only country that was willing to finance it was the Soviet Union. However, it is still unclear whether the project will be a success or not, because tests took place in the late 1930s and Tesla passed away shortly thereafter. In short, Tesla is currently the figure grabbing a lot of attention, and hopefully at the Valhalla arena, he will have an impressive debut. The 10th person is Grigori Rasputin. His full name is Grigori Yefimovich Rasputin, a mysterious figure in Russian history and is often called the Dark Monk in ancient times or Mad Priest. He is also the holder of the supreme office of the Khlysts sect. Even Na Hong must worship him. In addition, Rasputin is also called through many other names such as enthusiasts of humanity, man of God, god of medicine. Some people even consider him an extremely talented, humble person. Others said he was a con man when he was still alive. Rasputin was very famous for the countless strange events that unfolded around him, like a premonition about his father's horse being stolen as a child, miraculous healing power for royal princes, drinking poison and being shot by a gun will not die, even years after death. When graves are exhumed, Rasputin's bones were still moving, causing many people to panic. Returning to Shuumatsu, Rasputin was also a chosen one to save humanity from divine destruction, but now his appearance or ability is completely mysterious. The 11th person is Kintaro. This is indeed a little-known character because it only appears in Japanese folk tales. Legend has it that Kintaro was born with superhuman physical strength. There are many different stories about how Kintaro was born, and in that typical is the fact that his mother was conceived by a bolt of lightning from the dragon beast god. Later, when Kintaro successfully defeated the demon Shuten, Doji, he changed his name to Sakaka Kintoki and followed the assistant Minamoto no Yorimitsu // famous Japanese demon hunter. From then on, the adventure of killing demons was full of toughness. To talk a little more about Kintaro, his image is used a lot in drama and puppetry works as well as in the current manga, anime or games such as Gintama, One Piece or in Fate/Grand Order. Coming back to Shuumatsu, Kintaro is also a hidden character like Tesla or Rasputin. Brothers or single hard dose folk hero today, what kind of battle will there be with the gods? The 12th person is Nostradamus. Nostradamus, whose full name is Michel Nostradamus, he is the greatest doctor and prophet in the world, until now. There are still many people who worship and fear Nostradamus, for according to the book Les Prophéties, often called under the name The Prophets. The content in the book is divided into many quizzes, including 4 quintessential poems, and many sentences were grouped together. Each grouping 100 sentences about a century. At first, the words in the book make many people feel confused and confusing until the events of the 16th century stretch to the present gradually match with the prophecy in the book. Nostradamus even made a prediction at the time of the end of humanity that was 3797 AD. In mainstream history as well as in the manga, there is indeed very little information about Nostradamus. Hopefully at the Valhalla arena, he will see the future where the human race still existed when Ragnarok ended. The 13th person is Simo Hayha. The final character of today's video is the genius sniper Simo Hayha, also known as the White Death. Simo Hayha is a Finnish gunner. During the Winter War, he was said to have killed more than 500 people with just a sniper rifle. The most outstanding feature of Hayha is that he often shoots with the fly's head rather than using his scope, although not in the manga yet. Simo Hayha is expected to appear in almost the same outfit while he was still on the battlefield. The only difference is that this sniper is covering his face. It was most likely deformed by bullets detonated from the Red Army side in his earlier battles as the White Death with his sniper talent. Most likely at the battlefield of Valhalla, Simo Hayha will choose to hide and attack at a long range, differs greatly from the rest of the human gladiators. Let's wait and see if this speculation is correct. AE, and it is the debut of 13 people that will destroy the god from a super product that will appear in June this year, Record of Ragnarok. And now thank you for listening. Hello, and see you in the following Anime Ease videos. Happy face.